What is up? Welcome back to another video episode of the news. It is Monday. It is Monday. It is Monday.
Wrong call.
Monday. So let's get into the news. Now remember, if you join the channel, become a Bronco Buddy, you get that special shout out at the beginning of every news video. You also get access to exclusive content, early access to other content, and the ability to vote on upcoming content. As it is the beginning of a new month, if you're a Bronco Buddy, be sure to check out the community tab to vote on an upcoming video. Appreciate that very much. So if you want access to all those perks and more, feel free to join the channel. I appreciate that support. If you can't, all good, just like this video and subscribe. That helps out a bunch as well. Now let's jump into the news because there's a lot to talk about today. This first piece is some new products from Freestyle Photo. It's their holiday bundles that they're releasing. 4 different film companies released in this bundle, as well as a film case from Japanese Camera Hunter. We got Psychedelic Blues, Flick Film, Arista EDU, and Kono. There's also a mystery surprise bundle, which is going to be some combination of those items. The pricing on these are at a bit of a discount right now. So if you are prepping for the holidays, then one, you are much more prepared than I am. I would say jump on these deals if you or someone you know loves shooting film, specifically these brands. There are some good options out there for you. Flick Film is probably one of the better deals on here, just by virtue of the price, $64 for 5 rolls of film, and you get a decent cross-section of options. The Arista EDU is the best value. It's coming in at $35 with the discount. It's all very good black and white film, but you know, it's kind of standard black and white film. But for $35, 5 rolls of film, not a bad deal there. The Kono stuff looks like it's pretty good. I've not shot it too much, but from what I know, it's just kind of like repackaged other things. Might be worth looking into. $100 for 5 rolls of film. And then the Psychedelic Blues, I've not messed with that too much. I feel like that's a little bit more experimental. $82.99 for that though. So still not like that bad of a deal for 5 rolls of film, but you know, maybe if someone you know really likes shooting film, that's a good option for them. Now that leads us to the next product that is on Freestyle Photo's website. I noticed this like a couple of weeks ago, but this is the Super 8 film, which is not in and of itself surprising. Freestyle Photo has a large selection of a bunch of different film, but this is the AHU Super 8 film, which, as you may have known, over the past summer, there were some rumors that Kodak was looking to produce motion picture film with no Remjet and the anti-halation layer built in, and this is a byproduct of that. This is the Super 8 stock. It's coming in at $42.99. This just means it has the ability to potentially be developed in C41. You're obviously still going to want to send it out to a lab like Pro 8mm, CineLab. There's other places, but those are, you know, designed to develop Super 8 film. Even though it can be developed in more common chemicals like C41, it doesn't need the ECN2 processing with the Remjet removal and all that stuff. Still send it off to a lab. Just interesting to see that they're now making that distinction on their products. I don't think it led to a price increase. Thought that was kind of interesting, worth talking about. Also interesting and worth talking about, in my opinion, is this video from Alexander Madrigos, great name, and he is testing the Kodak Vision 3 film with the AHU layer in it. And he shows some really good side-by-side examples based on the Remjet and the lack of Remjet, so you get a good idea of what differences are going to exist with the color profile and with like light retention and stuff. There's minor differences here. It's only about 11 minutes long. He goes into really good detail about the process and gives a variety of different results in a variety of different places, which makes it very worth watching in my opinion. So check that out, give him some support if you want to, that would be great. Now this next bit of news is also Super 8 film related, which is exciting. It's a big Super 8 kind of day. This is kind of coming at us from Photo Factory Store. They posted something about it on their Instagram. I looked into it a little bit more. Go check out Photo Factory Store. Great supplier of film goods if you live in Italy or the surrounding areas. A lot of good content on their Instagram as well. Check them out. But not to bury the lead, Orwo Super 8 film. Now, from what I understand, they've had their, I think it's like the UN84, their black and white film in Super 8 cartridges for some time now. This is, I think, their first iteration of color film in Super 8. This is their 400 and their 200 speed color films. Now, I know that they've had the 400 and 516 millimeter for some time. The thing is that the Color 400 video that they put up for the, like, here's what it looks like on YouTube, that was posted like 6 months ago or 10 months ago or something like that, like a bit of time ago. The Color 200 video, I believe, was posted about a month ago. So I'm not sure when these projects were released. In fact, if you look up on Orwo's like Instagram or their website, there's really no mention of it. It feels like it's kind of flown under the radar, or I'm just not in the right circles. It's very possible. But if you look up Whitner Cinetech Super 8 film, then it will pop up. Or, more easily, just check out Film Photography Project, and they have it all in stock. So they're 400 speed film, 200 speed film in Super 8, $42.99 for a cartridge, which is on brand for the Kodak pricing. Again, there are videos displaying the results of the 400 and the 200, so you can check those out. If you want my opinion, which I'm going to share, whether you really want to hear it or not, you can choose to listen or not. That's completely fine. The 400 speed, 500 speed Orwo films, never really my cup of tea too much. I feel like they're really washed out. I feel like the vintage expressions of it is just not good quality. That's kind of mocked up to be, you know, whoa, look at this cool, unique thing when it's priced similarly to better quality films. And their Super 8 doesn't look all that different in 400. It looks very bland. It looks very pallid. It looks very, very grainy. They notched the cartridge at 250D. So while it is a 400 speed film, it is giving it like an extra stop or so of light, and also shooting with a daylight balance. And it does come across as very, very cool. But the 200 speed film looks to be a little bit better. There's a little bit more saturation. There's a little bit better detail. That one is rated at 160 daylight, and I think the results are a little bit better personally. The problem does exist in the fact that this is the same price as the Kodak Vision 3 Super 8 film, which there's a lot larger data set for what that looks like and how that performs in certain environments. So I feel like most people would be more attuned to getting that than this experimental kind of film that there are some results for, but it's not as widespread, not as widely used and widely known. But if you want to roll the dice, take the gamble, take the Pepsi challenge, it is available for you to buy. Film Photography Project if you're in North America. There's other places to buy it if you're in Europe. Let's roll into some other film news, also kind of motion picture related. Atlanta Film Company had some 65mm spools of 250D film. And what they chose to do with that, instead of Benny Safdie, where he just opens it up and exposes it to light and completely ruins it, they decided to hand roll it onto some 120 spools. They share some results. They look pretty nice. Because of the film size, you're getting some of the sprocket holes on the top and bottom of some of the pictures. $15.99 for a roll. They are currently out of stock of the Wave 1, but they're looking to do another wave some point in Q1 of 2026. So they say sign up for the newsletter. Expected delivery for Wave 1 is going to be December 2025, so about a month-ish away. Kind of cool, though, to see the cinema film repackaged into 120 when it's traditionally repackaged into 35. It is ECN2 developed processing, so not the AHU stuff that we're talking about. So they'll have to find a different lab for ECN2 processing. Other kind of film news, got another email from B&H, another delay on the Leica Monopan film. At this point, I don't think I'm going to be getting it. But yeah, if you've gotten Leica Monopan 50 or ADOX 50 HR or whatever and want to let me know what that's like, please let me know so I can live vicariously through you in your photos. I did not really anticipate it, but I should be getting the lucky film today, I believe, Monday, to double check. The tracking service that Reflex Labs uses very strange and not super up to date and accurate, but did not anticipate getting lucky C200 before the Leica Monopan, especially considering I bought the Leica Monopan in like August and I bought the lucky C200 like 2 weeks ago. The next bit of news is also Leica related. This is the Tamarkin. I'm too poor to pronounce it properly, but the rare camera Auction that is going live in about 12 days thereabouts. So I'll link it down below if you want to check out the catalog. It's a bit rich for my blood, but if you want some really rare Leica stuff, other cameras like the Detrola, which is a Detroit-based Leica knockoff, that's kind of cool. It's pretty interesting. They got some really unique stuff. They have some questionable things. They got a lot of wartime literature, as they call it. But hey, listen, they got stuff for you. Old Canon things as well, Leica Model 1s, all kinds of things like that. Could be worth it. We'll talk maybe about it more next week if it's a slow news week. I'll, select a few things to highlight, but that's coming up relatively soon. We have another kind of news item about a camera, a little while ago. I believe it was like 2 years ago. Time flies. To be continued was a camera that was coming out. It's the 35mm reusable, disposable, clear plastic thing. I saw this model on Instagram. It's a Gundam mock-up that was hand-painted by David Little Studios or something like that. I believe the pre-order is already concluded for this batch. He was only going to produce like 10 of these. I just thought it was kind of cool. I also have another thing that kind of popped up on the timeline. Just a video of a guy out in the park shooting a 14x17 camera with some x-ray film doing a carbon print. I'm not super well versed in large format stuff or darkroom stuff, but I found the video to be pretty fun. If you are into that kind of thing, it could be helpful knowledge for you, technical stuff. So I'll link it down below if you want to check that out. Now, you can argue that I've saved the best for last because this next bit of news is pretty huge. Magicflex, the company that is pretty renowned for producing replacement parts for Rolleiflex cameras, repairing them, all sorts of things like that. Most notably, the really bright ground glass focus screen. They have taken upon themselves to produce replacement glass elements for the lens. The planar 75mm 3.5 lenses to be specific. Now, this is a modern interpretation of the classic design, and the reason for this is because those older Rolleiflex cameras from the 50s, 60s, so on, while they are phenomenally easy to get working mechanically, the glass is a bit of a different story. It can be hit or miss sometimes with festering things growing in the darkness or with just the coatings of the optics themselves not really standing the test of time, nor should they, because it's like 70 years old. And I think the results that they show with these graphs and all the sample images is the proverbial pudding of proof that this is a quality product. So if you have a Rolleiflex with some questionable optics, this might be a good research item for you. I do believe you have to send it out to them for them to replace the optics in-house, and then they'll send it back to you. But I will link it down below if you want to read into it more, check out the graphs for yourself. It's just a very interesting product that kind of snuck up on me, and I wanted to share. Now that about concludes the news for today. New holiday products from Freestyle Photo. The Super 8 AHU is on sale at Freestyle Photo. We also have a video going over the difference between AHU film and the Remjet film. Super 8 film from Orwo being released in the 400 and 200 speed color film options. The Leica Monopan film continues to be delayed on back order. Atlanta Film Company had some 65mm film that they're hand rolling into 120. That is sold out, but they should have some more in stock start of next year. There is a rare Leica Auction on the horizon. The fun new Gundam style camera that was on pre-order. I believe they might have all been sold out. We have a video going over 14x17 carbon prints, and Magicflex has produced new optics for Rolleiflex cameras. For the shoutouts today, we of course have colorful analog cameras. Great place to go if you want to customize your camera affordably with a variety of different options, really quality stuff, shipping to the United States. Go check her out, show her some support on all the social media platforms. It would mean a lot. Also, we have the Celluloid Collective, great group of guys with a lot of good content out on YouTube, a lot of very helpful stuff as well. They're posting a lot of videos. Be sure to check them out. Also, check out their website. They're dropping new film stocks like it's nobody's business. Definitely worth a look there. We also have Ravenni Labs. Great place to go if you want quality camera testing equipment or if you just want different tools in order to make sure that you're exposing your photos properly, check him out. Today is the last day for submissions if you want to be featured in the first iteration of the Shy Film Club. Be sure to check him out on Instagram and submit your photos if you want to be featured. And finally, we have the app with frames, a great way to digitally catalog your analog photography, available on the App Store for your iPhone and computer. Check it out. That pretty much does it for the news today. Like I said, a lot to get into. The links for everything are going to be down below. We'll have a few videos to come out this week, so stay tuned for that. And we'll be back here next Monday for more news. Hopefully there's some more stuff to talk about. If not, I will find something. Don't you worry. We're coming up on a full calendar year of these consistent news videos. I might do something special for that. I'll have to double check. Oh, also it's daylight savings time. So if you live in an area that's affected by daylight savings time, make sure you changed your clock and stuff. But good stuff all around. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it as always. Like this video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.